Well, fellow Canadians, chers concitoyens et concitoyennes, 50 years ago this very day, February 15th, 1965, thousands of Canadians gathered on Parliament Hill to watch as our country's flag was hoisted high and flew for the first time in the skies over Canada. General the Right Honourable Georges Pévanier was one of those thousands there that day. As the frigid February, we remember that, frigid February, winds whipped across the red maple leaf, General Vanier called this new flag a symbol of the unity of purpose and high resolve to which destiny beckoned all Canadians. Le général Vanier a alors parlé du nouveau drapeau comme d'un symbole d'unité et de la grande détermination qui fera l'avenir des Canadiens. La signification de cette journée, de ces mots, et surtout de ce drapeau ont été et restent aujourd'hui sans équivoque. What that day and those words and most of all that flag represent was then and remains now unmistakable. Together they symbolized an increasingly hopeful Canada. From that day on we would think bigger and reach further than ever before. They also symbolized a rapidly emergent Canada. From that day on we would define ourselves less through the prism of our past and more by the promise of our future. Notre nouveau drapeau serait au centre de notre avenir. Non pas le fruit de la guerre, ni de la révolution, il symbolisait le pays que le Canada cherchait tant à devenir et il mettait les Canadiens au défi d'y parvenir. Il mettait les Canadiens au défi de se montrer aussi audacieux que le nouveau drapeau, aussi coloré, aussi plein d'esprit, aussi dynamique. Our new flag would be central to that future. Neither wrought in war nor raised in revolution, it represented the country Canada was striving to become, and it dared Canadians to achieve that becoming. It dared Canadians to be just as bold as that new flag, just as colorful, just as spirited, just as vibrant. It dared Canadians to build a country worthy of that flag, a country that is smart and caring, peaceful and prosperous, inclusive and fair, a country that strives continually for justice, for equality, for excellence. On this February day, that same flag now flies proudly over the nation we have become, the country those Canadians dreamed of and determined to build 50 years ago. Notre drapeau n'a pas changé. Il ne se découleur pas et sa fibre ne s'use pas. Il reste aussi vivant et éclatant que le jour où le vent au-dessus de la tour de la paix la fait se déployer et la force vaste du monde. That red maple leaf between red bars is so embedded in our national life, so emblematic of our national purpose, we simply cannot imagine our country without it. It stands for the people we are, the values we cherish, the land we call home from Atlantic to Pacific to the very top of the world. And when it is shown or worn in any corner of the world, it elicits smiles of approval and admiration for the Canadian brand. And just as our flag dared Canadians a half-century ago, it now calls to us. Notre drapeau nous appelle à terminer le travail qui reste à accomplir, pour que le Canada soit toujours plus libre, juste, équitable et inclusif, plus éclairé et bienveillant. Our flag dares us to press on with the unfinished work of our country, to be ever more free and fair, just and inclusive, keener of mind and kinder of heart. Though we speak many different languages, practice different faiths, and originate from all corners of the globe, our flag dares us to live and build together in common cause, and in doing so be an inspiration and guide to people throughout the world and to generations unborn here at home. Tandis que nous regardons notre drapeau flotter dans le ciel de février, tandis que nous chantons notre hymne national, je demande de réfléchir à ce que vous ferez au cours des prochaines années pour le Canada. Fellow Canadians, as we watch our flag rise again in the February sky, as we sing our nation's song in one voice, I ask you to reflect on what you will do in the years ahead to realize the unity of purpose and high resolve to which Canada summons us. With humility, compassion, and an unwavering sense of duty, let us now embrace our challenge and fulfill the promise of our country once again. Merci.
Thank you, Your Excellency. J'aimerais maintenant inviter le ministre responsable de la Commission de la capitale nationale et député de Nepean-Carleton, l'honorable Pierre Polievre, à prendre la parole. Please join me in welcoming the Honorable Pierre Polievre, Minister responsible for the National Capital Commission and Member of Parliament for Nepean-Carleton.
Merci beaucoup. Son Excellence, distingués invités, tout le monde, merci d'être venu. Governor General, I think you'll agree that the fact that we have this crowd in this weather is real evidence that we have some serious patriots in this country, don't we? Now, everybody has their own favorite story about the flag. Maybe it's when they watched it fly over the ice as our men and women's hockey teams have won gold medals at the Olympics. Maybe it's when some of you stitched it onto your backpack to travel across Europe or some other far-off land when you were in university. Maybe it's when you turn on the television and see our brave Canadian soldiers fighting against ISIL or the Taliban or any other threat to our security to keep all of us safe and the world more secure. For me, it was when I went to France to celebrate the 90th anniversary of Canada's victory at Vimy, to see all of those French school children, thousands of them, waving the Canadian flag to thank our country for helping to keep theirs free in 2 world wars, warmed my heart and made me realize what this country is really all about. We have a strong history in this country of standing for what's right in the world, to keep ourselves safe here at home, and to bring order and peace abroad. And we owe great thanks and enormous gratitude to those who put their lives on the line to do just that. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we stand here in the cold today, je veux vous dire bon 50e anniversaire de notre drapeau. Happy Flag Day, happy 50 years. Enjoy this great celebration of your flag, of our nation. Thank you.
Merci, Monsieur le Ministre. Et sans plus tarder, j'invite les représentants des Forces armées canadiennes à hisser notre drapeau. And I invite you all to honor the maple leaf by joining the choir from l'École Massé in singing the national anthem. Beaucoup à l'école, à la chorale de l'école Massé. Bravo, bravo. Thank you to the Massé School Choir. Our flag's 50th anniversary is without a doubt the perfect time to reassert our pride in our country, our institutions, and our values. To do this, I invite Mrs. Andrea Payne, citizenship judge, to preside over a ceremony of reaffirmation of our Canadian citizenship. Veuillez accueillir Madame Andrea Payne, juge de la citoyenneté, qui présidera une cérémonie de réaffirmation de notre citoyenneté canadienne.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for braving this cold weather today, but I'm sure this reaffirmation will warm your hearts. So I invite you to raise your right hand and repeat after me. I reaffirm that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II, Queen of Canada, her heirs and successors, and that I will faithfully observe the laws of Canada and fulfill my duties as a Canadian citizen. Et maintenant en français, enlève la main droite et répétez après moi. Je réaffirme solennellement que je serai fidèle et porterai sincère allégeance à Sa Majesté la Reine Élisabeth II, Reine du Canada, à ses héritiers et successeurs, et que j'observerai mes obligations de citoyen canadien. Bravo!
Merci, Madame la Juge. I now invite the Vice President, Human Resources and Quality Systems for the Royal Canadian Mint, Mr. Michel Boucher, to tell us about the special collector coin which has been produced to celebrate our flag's 50th anniversary. Accueillons Monsieur Michel Boucher.